All right, I got a 76 K5. Did an LS swap. That's a Gen 4 2013 Silverado motor, 5.3 that I did a delete of the AFM and VVT. But the biggest headache I had on this thing was the air conditioning. I wanted to have parts that I could just get from the store. So I decided to find what would fit in here. A 1994 Silverado. Every single part of air conditioning is from a 94 Silverado. That is an air compressor from one. That's a very cheap top mount. Got it on Amazon for 40 bucks. Got that AC compressor, the evaporator core. 1994 Silverado. It does fit. It's a little longer, but it's narrower. And once you get it in there at an angle, it'll fit. It's also a little shorter, but that tube, just pull it down a little bit. Evaporator dryer, 94 Silverado. The lines, high pressure, low pressure lines, Silverado. Now look, you might laugh, okay? That liquid line is also the same. It could probably be shortened, but I bent it to make it fit. And then you wanna make sure you get the high pressure switch in here and the low pressure clutch switch here. And man, I just wired it right into the green wire that was there before. You know, I wired it into that, ran it around, wired it into that pressure, and then boom. I'm using factory controls here to run this thing. Here's where the pain in the ass comes from. That is a condenser from a 94, and it is now all on this side. On stock, it's on that side. So I had to remove the overflow bottle here, made a hole to run the lines through. I added an overflow bottle on this side. That condenser fits. Orifice tube is in there. The only thing I need to do is I need to add a fan to this. I do have two Proform brushless fans cooling everything. Those kick on at 190 degrees. If I turn the AC on before these kick on, it builds intense high pressure and shuts everything down. So go to your store. If you're doing a C10 K5 swap, just buy everything for a 94 Silverado. It'll all work. Oh yeah, one thing I should mention on this condenser, I did have to put mounts. I found mounts for a 1980 Mustang that I welded onto the bottom. They have rubber boots. It fit in there. And then the top ones, I drilled a hole, put a riv nut, and the mounts bolt in so that just comes off and it comes out. But AC works perfect. I kept the factory controls. You can see those work. That's there. But man, if you're like me and you want to keep those things, this is the way to do it. I couldn't find anybody talking about it. I went through a lot of parts trying to figure this out. So I hope it helps you. Man, enjoy.